there's nothing there. Now you can see he's enraged. And he looks at me chewing on the bagel. He says, "You son of a bitch!" Jeez, I tell you. Well, one more time. We're all three of us, three of us are in one dressing room getting makeup on. And DeForest comes into the makeup room and he's crying. DeForest, what's wrong? My dog died. Dog died. I'm so sorry, DeForest. How'd he die? I said, well, you know, I had my little chihuahua. Then I had her on a leash. I let her off the leash. She ran around the grass and she hit a sprinkler head and died. That's what I did. He didn't talk to me for 3 days.
I just want to say that he did not tamper with my food while we were eating backstage when you guys were watching. Now, this is a question from Ron from Youngstown. As an author yourself, you have written Captain Kirk stories. Is there any project or storyline that you would have liked to have seen pursued in these Star Trek films that, for one reason or another, never came to be?
No.
Another thing we talked about, many of the things that were science fiction when Star Trek first debuted in the 1960s have kind of come to be in the 21st century, or come close to that. How do you think science fiction has informed and influenced science reality?
Yeah, well, anything, you know, the old expression, anything you can imagine we can make, as long as we can imagine it, eventually it'll be made. Our set of the bridge was ergonomically something special was done with it. The Navy would come and take measurements as to how things were placed. Motorola, after the show was canceled, made us phone that flipped open. I was in Cleveland, I think, at the airport, and I got off the airplane and I flipped my phone open and was making a call, and I was being surrounded by people smiling. I had this flip phone, and this year, this past year, I was asked by a company to be their, I don't know what they call it, brand ambassador. What they were making was the medical device, the tricorder. Whereas DeForest would wave it up and down and say, oh, you know, you got a cold, or you got cancer, or whatever. These people have made a device about the size of 2 packs of cards, and they use saliva. So you spit into a little plastic thing, slide the plastic thing into the machine, and it reads what diseases you might have. It's being used now, it's on its way to being used in Eastern Africa for Ebola and Marlboro, I think. It is on the verge of becoming the tricorder of science fiction. So much in the world, in our world, and in space, and stuff we're finding out. Some of the basic mysteries of space are being exposed, and in their exposure, showing us other mysteries that one mystery leads to another. Einstein called it the spookiness of space, and the more we learn about how extraordinary our existence and the existence out there is, the more wonderment, bafflement we have. No, science fiction, well, just read the newspaper about all the things that are happening today, let alone tomorrow.
Boxers or briefs?
What did you say?
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers or briefs? Depends.
I can't follow that.
You're not supposed to. If you were, I'd be off the stage.
In addition to Star Trek in the 60s, you involved had a couple memorable appearances on another TV show that has had a life long beyond that point, The Twilight Zone. What was it like working on that show?
Working on Twilight Zone, it was not memorable at all. It was just another TV show, and there was two shows I did became, for some reason or other, I'm not quite sure what the reason was, but two shows of that show became very popular. There was one with the guy on the wing, and that got very popular. I think because, the old adage, if we were meant to fly, we'd have wings. So I think everybody, including myself on occasion, because I fly a lot, like, I don't think we should be up here. And so imagine seeing something in the window. No, really, you see something on the wing. It's dressed in a very furry suit. My God, it's a Czechoslovakian acrobat. On the wing of my kids and I used to play the game. Play the game, Daddy. Okay. So I'm looking out the window, and they call the